Uh, 404. I don't know why I didn't use that. I don't like thunderstorm as much. Lightning rod might be cool. I'm good, but I am also,
You heard what happened in the capital.
how I put it,
If the ether comes yet.
the video that I'm making has hit a setback that I didn't think would happen, but I figured it might happen. So now I gotta
Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
do a new
With the blue
audio
eyes.
take.
Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
So now I gotta edit my script plus we
Arrived from the capital this morning.
what is it? We record. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Not
Soldiers.
I have to re-record the entire audio. But other than that, I have a new channel point redeem. If you look on the channel point,
It took off the captain's head.
I probably should have named it PNG Randomizer, but for now it's called PNG Changer. For 1500, you can change my PNG image to something else. I'll probably add others, but for now it's like only 4.
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have
Yep,
a
so get the
choice.
points. Click
Lay
it
down your
and
sword
it automatically
watch
does
as they are
change.
slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I find it funny, it always does the first
I'm
one.
listening.
Oh no, wait, this is the second one.
I'll have a word
Third
with
one.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
Yeah, it holds for
Was it noble
15
effort?
minutes and then it
I thought
changes.
you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs. What we need to consider is where the creatures came from. The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
So yeah, friend of not a
the
friend, but
survivors.
online I found a thing about thing on quench yourself in Star Trek, and which was hilarious because I was talking to a friend earlier of about how if I was in the Star Trek universe, I would probably be a Klingon. And if I join the if I joined Starfleet, I would probably be an engineer.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then Then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed more when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now.
Poor girl.
You're a pikeman, yes?
But yeah, I have it
What happened?
does so by there's a
got family
bot
in Moor.
I have that does all the
flood was
changes.
spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
I'm sorry, darling. I truly am.
But how's your week been? Have you been up to anything special? How's the streams been?
You're safe now.
I assume you have a plan?
Kevin lost his head because he never stopped to use it.
I can walk from here.
Yeah. I went back in. What is the pinned comment? Oh shit, this entire town has been fuck. Exhausting week.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me.
Too many heat, too many arrows on. Oh, I feel that.
Should I pry?
If it wasn't for the stream, I would have the fan in my face. Okay, which one of these things? We have a, oh, nah. 115 degrees? No, my plans have been canceled. I don't care who you are. It's like, sir, you will go to jail. No. You can take me to jail. I ain't going outside. I'd rather. I hate Like, if anything past 100, I don't care what activities you have planned for me, those have been canceled. I am heavily in my room. And I'll see you next year.
Nice try.
Which is funny enough. I think these last 2 summers have been a lot better for me. So when I used to live,
Do you think there are more?
when I used to live at my
done what we can for the time
old
being.
home before my sister took it over.
Then we should let Isabel know.
Yeah, before my sister took it over, my room that I lived in, no air current whatsoever. And we cannot just wait for my friends to
You
fit.
have
I
the
told them I'm
town's
not going out.
thanks.
They can come here if they want.
Don't thank us yet.
I hope you have AC,
There will be
because
more.
more bodies just means
Many more.
heat.
And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady.
Yeah, I put an air conditioner in the room.
Philippe here has
No
convinced
help.
most of the men to remain
Fan
at their posts. For now,
only
at
blows
least.
hot air.
Hearing that the Dame would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I've become a
Coach, you're
soldier
very
to
con.
protect the people I love.
I'm just well, I have a fan,
People I love.
so
including
you
one
know
standing
some
before me.
people not
Handsome.
aircon people.
chivalrous.
I've learned that there are places, hotels
If you don't mind,
in your
I have sentries to post. Milady.
hotels overseas that don't have fans, and it's really not making a lot of me want me really not
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this is
wanting
solved
me to
all my
go to any
problems.
place in
But it has
Europe
solved
when it's
one,
hot.
And that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
I'll call. I think we were talking to Mary, and she said her hotel at DokiCon
Let's go.
They didn't
put our
have-
rest.
didn't have an air conditioner in it because the building was old and they didn't want to do whatever the cost to to keep it updated. I'm just like, yeah, it's me getting a new hotel. No hotel, no chateau. There's no place without aircon, well, thank God. It'd be like, yes. It's like, oh yeah, I take a room with an aircon. Oh, none of our rooms have aircon. They just turn around. They just look up from the computer menu, and I'm just kind of gone. They look like, sir? So I'm just like, yeah, bye-bye.
Seems the hideaway has lost its.
Oh yeah, continental in Spain too. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I wish to have an aircon, but
Let's not be greedy now.
unemployed college students at the moment don't really have
What do I owe the honor? What do you want?
the money to afford stained loincloth mobile flower. Okay. The niceness that is a
And
aircon. And it's not the price, because My mom's like, I'll just buy you one. She's like, no. It's not the price of it. It's the cost of my electricity that I'm worried about. Like, this fan, yeah. This fan is blowing, but my bills may be $1 or $2 higher. For an aircon, that dollar goes out the window. Aircon's going. The flames of war. Yeah, that's about fucked here too. Yeah. So it's like, I don't mind you picking me up for aircon. I'm just not gonna be using it. It's gonna be. I want to be somewhat hot and have cash, then broke and cold. I do not know why I have A on that.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I can.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. All yours.
There's a song. Give me. I'm trying to think about it.
I may have more
There's a
for
song
ya.
in Final Fantasy 14 that I can kind of hear the melody when I listen to it. When I listen to the Hideaway song, I kind of hear the melody of a Final Fantasy 14
How
song
may I
from
help you
Endwalker.
today? I have the details here.
Dead. I don't know. Yeah, it's like, I think it's like the song is maybe like Fate or something. Like legit, I somewhat hear the tone because I legit cried to that song. Her death was satisfying, but I did a wrong. Because a kid died first. I'm just like, oh, I shouldn't make a dead kid joke. 5 seconds later, I made a dead kid joke. I'm just like, I'm going to hell. And then she died. And, well, I'm going to just say it. I'm just like, yes. I don't know her name. Was it bitch killed her husband because her first son didn't receive powers. Her second son received powers but was weak. And her third son was just odd. And she betrayed their son, betrayed her husband, sent her son to servitude. And just like, I'm your mother. And just like, nah, you're just somebody I probably would enjoy having died. And then she killed herself. I'm just like, oh, well, you know what? Death is too good for you.
Hellos from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
True, yeah. Like, you're waiting for somebody to die, and the minute they die, it's just like, you know what? I wish to torture you.
Still in chaos, and the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So,
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second guess yourself. Now's the time to visit
Josh
the
was trying to say.
infirmary. Talia,
Joshua's my side. Joshua wanted her to torture.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him.
Yeah, your dad's an idiot.
Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be
It's
afraid
not
to wake.
faked.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since.
Found the song.
Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance.
Go make a sandwich.
Ultima has been
When we get back,
waiting for one such
I'll
as
link you the song if you want to listen to
is
it. Like,
truly
listen to that,
limitless.
and then listen to
I've encountered that thing several
the
times
Hideaway
now.
song.
If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
Oh, shit.
I told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
No one kills Gav on my watch.
Route to the Free Cities.
Okay.
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Here you go. I was like, I got a link to Sis something. It's like, oh, reminder. Things are on. The pack. Self-Turbo Demiku.
Seems the hideaway is lost.
Oh. Yeah, Twilight. Listen to Twilight and listen to that song. It sounds...
You put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces.
Yeah, they
myself.
are pretty similar.
Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be out.
It's not, no.
So
It's
if you
not
don't
the
want to be
same
seen as
song.
being
No,
favourites, I
it's
suggest you
somewhat
lend
the
me a
somewhat
hand.
melody of the song.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly.
Which is pretty interesting.
I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So...
And before you say it, the
Fried mortress of Skyworm.
Final Fantasy 14 and 16 are both
Recipe seemed easy enough.
done
for
by
an old hand like
Silken,
myself.
so
Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out Skyworm
there's
eaters
no
and
copyright
Drakesmont
infringement.
are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries.
Oh yeah, Silken's just a good. Silken's a master. There are differences. There are few recipes,
Perhaps
but you
know
can
of
tell some of where his melodies come from.
kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll
Which
go
I
and
like
speak to
because you can tell you
Hippocrates.
have a baseline for
Perhaps he'll know
everything.
something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Still alive, are ya?
And I think it's kind of really cool when you make something that feels somewhat similar,
Is that all?
but oh no, my bad. I said the wrong way. Sounds somewhat similar, but feels somewhat different. Is he just clapping at the hawk?
What am I gonna...
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
Oh. There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dalimil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
I said I'm not afraid of a lashing, but
Thanks,
if she's about to whoop my ass, I'm about to
You'll let me know
call
what
you
she
out.
says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding. Lady Karen, how's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then?
Listen, there's only one thing in the world I'm more afraid of, and that's an old lady
highway.
about to whoop my ass.
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just
Popato.
asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating. About you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are ya? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what?
Like, there's only 2 occasions for this entire thing.
Think I'm
One,
profiting off the blood of
you
innocence,
beat
do
an
ya?
old lady,
Look,
and now you're forever known as the guy who beat an old lady.
I'm not proud of. Might be
2,
there were a time when I turned
you
a
lost
blind
to
eye
an
the
old lady.
wretchedness of the world so I could line my pockets.
And now you're known forever for the guy who got his ass kicked by
that
an old lady.
woman
There's
is
no winners in
no
this
more.
situation.
And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
Like, for whatever I have to say, if you had to choose by beating up an old lady or getting your ass beat by an old lady, what would you choose?
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit
2-1.
from Sid will jog their memories.
That is the perfect answer.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't
This
like
old
to
lady's
imagine
about to
that
beat my
pupils would lie to
ass.
me.
You
But if
just
they
see me
have, I'll
disappear.
have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them, as always.
Always in the same situation if I ever meet Batman. If I'm a thug and Batman appears, you lost yourself a hired hand.
Lawsman Harpocrates, I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbricois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful.
No, like
Descriptions
this.
of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water.
I'm scared of what we're about to eat.
Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbricois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not.
Oh, did you see the new trailer for Spider-Man? The story trailer for Spider-Man 2? The game, not the movie.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And do save me a bite once the dish is complete.
You can have mine. Yeah, I was checking out the demo, not the demo, but I was checking out the video they dropped for it. I'm just like, woo! That looks good.
Seems the
Like,
hideaway
real
is
good. Can't wait. So the one PlayStation Showcase. Oh. Okay, let me get you that link.
Karen,
What did she say?
that the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
Oh, nice. I guess we're headed to Domil.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
What do you reckon we should do?
Sid! Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? Why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way I see how something works is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Hi, yeah.
And your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart
The
was
voice
easy
actor
enough, but
of
it's the putting back we can't work out.
the voice actor of Venom
The heavy thing
is
goes at the
the
bottom.
Candyman.
Then,
Have you ever seen the whole
You
movie
three need to learn to take
Candyman?
responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
The original one.
All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If
You only
even
want to see the
one of them
original one.
is missing,
The
the
new
scales
one is
won't
okay.
work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces.
People call it a horror movie, but
Its role is to support everything
I
else.
wasn't really that scared.
But what of the others?
Yep,
This tiny piece.
he does the voice for
called a
Venom.
cogwheel or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
she puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm
What?
moved
No
when I tried
way.
weighing an apple.
Seriously?
Somebody
That's it?
ate
Oh my
it.
god.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. These round parts are
I
called
didn't realize. So there's an old game that I love.
don't you?
I think his voice fits very
We
well.
use
Me
them in the
too.
kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff.
Apparently,
What if I
I've
wanted to
just
weigh
learned.
Boots? I don't think you'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
He
Well
does.
spotted.
He's the cutscene voice
something was
narrator
hold the chains
of
up
The
in
Legend of
turn.
Dragoon, a game from like early 2000s,
This is called the arm.
and that game was.
Why do you suppose that
Dope.
is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing.
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait.
Like I never
maybe
realized,
some
but
holds
this
things too.
man had
Good
had
thinking.
had a great
track.
career.
So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Back on Pierce, but hell yeah.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
There's a point in that game that it took me a real long time because I could not
If you're a chocobo.
do any of the combinations
The arms hold the
of the
pans
moves.
by the chains.
After a certain point, I'm
Very
just
good.
like,
See
now
if
I'm
that
stuck
works.
here.
Ah,
But the first time around, I did beat it. It took me a while, but I did beat the game.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
But man, to realize
right.
he's actually the
We're Miss
voice of
Mididol's
that
hairs.
is
Her hairs.
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help
This
from
man
Miss
is a
Myrtle and Miss Shirley,
fucking legend.
I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look. We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
But I love if they remake it and keep the same battle system would be epic. I don't know. And I'm not saying I don't know, as in, oh, they shouldn't put the... They shouldn't remake the entire thing, because I definitely think they should. Today's gamer and past gamer...
We're all gonna die. You hear me?
Past gamer thought that was a challenge. I myself thought that was a challenge. I was waiting for it, and I'm still there. If they brought that back, I would be training my ass to make sure my inputs were exactly what I wanted. And like any player who played like, you know, Devil May Cry might be like, hell yeah, this is up my alley.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
But most of the gamers these days are just like, why is this so hard?
Them at least. They dismantled
I
them
don't
to
have
see
the
how they
button
worked.
press to do my actual movement.
No, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
Oh.
It isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen
Bring
to
that
swallow.
game back. Shadowheart.
That comes
Shadowheart's
no
also a
surprise.
good one.
She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very
Played a
last
bit
war
of the
can be
first
said to
one.
do.
Which explains
I
her
played the
heirs.
third one.
She's working to give them a better
Also,
life.
Legend of Legaia. Please
So
tell me
should
you
I.
know Legend of Legaia. Legaia
What's the odd
is
engineering
just
lesson?
got like
You've given them far more than that, and I'm sure they're very grateful.
like I feel like PS1 era, PS2 era is when they took chances. Dip their toes into something new. That's another note I gotta make. Like I felt like back in that area, they
Did you see the pair that got
try to develop an interesting battle system along with story. Hey! There we
Rutherford?
go.
Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant?
That
When will
okay,
he be
yeah.
in Martha's Rest?
Yeah, that's goated. It was goated back then. It was one of my few. When I first got a PlayStation, it was one of the few games that I bought. Mind you, I've told this story a lot of time, but I keep telling it because it's always one of my favorite stories to tell. Back then, my mom. Look, I can't do any of this stuff going forward. Few things and target audience specific. Yeah. But yeah, my mom didn't know a bunch about, you know, video games and video games entertainment or any of that stuff. So when she bought it for me, she didn't buy a memory card. So I had games, had the system, but no memory card. And I didn't have the cash to buy one. So I played Legend of Legaia, Legend of Dragoon, and all that without a memory card. And I just had to remember what I had to do and had to go back and forth.
Four of us out walking.
And this is where this goes. I can't move.
You used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Campbell was attacked, she would already have the gun and all information.
Especially, yeah, it was huge. I've never, like... Please turn on. Way too many that I got complaints by my mom that I never turned it off. Yeah, so I spent a lot of my time in Legend Lagoon just trying to see what combos I could come up with. I think I got like maybe 2 to 3 different moves off the bat. So when I finally got a memory card to play it, like out the back I had like a lot more moves.
We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
And then I got my ass kicked.
Assuming they will allow it.
That damn boss fight when you finally get, so the castle was an ass. That first dungeon castle was just an ass. When I was young, I didn't know what I was doing. It was just me trying to figure out what the hell. Maybe want to play it. Now I want to play it again. I think it's on the PlayStation Store. Or play it all these back then. I'm gonna tell you the greatest secret of all time. And I only say that because it's my hidden thing. People who are in the know are in the know. People who are not in the know will never know. I've never played 7. And I hated 8 because of the draw system. I did play the remake, yeah, and I know the story of 7, but so as a kid when all the games were coming out, I had no knowledge. Using something you never use later. I think I was still at the point where I was still using the draw system for everything. And just like, okay, I'm kind of really tired of this system. And I just put it down and never picked it back up. But yeah, as a kid, I never really had magazines or any of that. So the only time I saw games or at friends' places. And then come Christmas, like, hey, I want this and I want this, I want that. What is firing? Oh, that's Joshua. I'm like, who's firing fireballs at me? Yeah, because how I got into gaming wasn't really me. It was my mother. As a kid, I was a, hyperactive, can't sit down kind of kid. So how you solve that as a parent? Give him something to distract him. What my mom idea was, get him a Game Boy. So all I had was this Game Boy, and I got a Nintendo 64. I was Nintendo fanboy. Never heard the word Sony. Yep. I had. Okay, which one came first? But I had the original Game Boy. Like the bulky one that took 4 huge ass batteries to run it. It was big, it was bulky, it was fun. Played Mario, played Kirby. And then I went to a friend's house and they had the PlayStation. And they had, because I think at that point in time I had a Game Boy and Nintendo 64. That was, all I had. And then they had the PlayStation. I was just like, oh, what's this? And I think they had Legend of Dragoons.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong.
I have to go down. Different way to get there.
Loyal and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
I think your brother heard that. Yeah, so I was like, oh, snap. I want this. So like Christmas, I asked for a PlayStation. I got PlayStation. I got games. No memory card, but games. Let's see. I got Legends. So I only asked for Legend of Dragoons because that's all I knew of. Great first game to see. Yes. And so she bought me, what was it, Legend of Legaia, Tales of Destiny, and Legend of Dragoon. Got to release an EU. Ooh. At least you got a nice pirated copy of it. But sadly, no memory card because I didn't know what a memory card was. She didn't know what a memory card was. So I couldn't, you know, be like, why was no memory card? The person who probably sold it to her didn't realize he didn't buy a memory card. I don't think GameStop existed. I think it was Toys R Us that we bought stuff from.
Aether flood up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned every last one of them. There's a village not far from here.
Yeah, Toys R Us was shit as a kid.
The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand a chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
You can see US games with colors and not black and white.
I'll go.
That's actually pretty fancy.
Thank you. Our encampment is up ahead.
Because of the difference with
Just off the track. They must not reach Tabor. Forgive me, Lord Cougar.
Rest well, soldier.
I think the only difference of problems that I had
You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Okay, that way, that way, that way. Can I travel here? Because this is what, that's 3. I'm going to do iPhone 9. Oh, okay, so now the rest of the map is open for me. Well, you know what? Cool on you. One through few of the side quests. Like, I don't want to run through the main quests area and be like, oh, hey, yeah.
Everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Right.
Not chocobo! I loved you like a brother. Couldn't you? Yeah, we'll knock out these side quests in that hunt, and then we'll end it that for the evening, and probably come back.
Someone there! Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic.
I wish I could help you, but I only have 3 quests on the menu, and I can't find you. I should probably switch the quest. Oh, he's up there.
You're with the battalion?
I am. I heard the fighting. Are the others?
Taken care of. One of your brothers in arms told me what happened and asked for help.
Another survivor? Where is he? Tell me.
It's almost 6 a.m. here. It's almost
too deep.
10 a.m. here. 10 p.m. here.
He was right to send you. Those things you slew are no longer my brothers. Tabor is safe thanks to you.
Honestly, I was thinking of ending it here because of how late it is. And I'm probably sure how much these quests are. And well, you should have a good night, my brother. I appreciate it. I wish you have a good night yourself. Nice talking to you. I always enjoyed good video game talk.
Have we met?
You must have me confused with someone else.
That scar.
Please don't make me have to kill you.
Son of a whore. You're Sid. I was there, in Cosnis, when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith, when you killed my commander.
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel.
See you next time.
Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
Well, that's how to end something right there. Leave, I will find you one day. But alright, folks. This is where we end it for the evening.